Welcome in, everybody, to Fantasy Pros MLB. This is the Q&A live stream. It is me, Joey P, Joe Pisapia. With me, of course, is the Welsh, and it's you, the Peanuts and the Cracker Jacks. We're hanging out here, taking your questions every single Wednesday, 4 p.m. Eastern. See, I told you, we're live here on the YouTube channel as well, not just on the Twitch. We're there for leading off every day, and I want to thank everybody for joining us there. It seems like just about everybody's migrated, which is so cool. It really warms the cockles of my heart and the cockles of other places that I have, that you guys love the show so much, you're willing to put yourself through the ordeal of downloading a whole other app. Welsh, I don't know a lot of people that I would download an extra app on my phone for, but you, my friend, are one of them.
Well, if I could request, can we have no cockles on Twitch? Can we do that as a selling point? Zero cockles on Twitch if you come and join us.
Well, we do have that Kaisertrex read a couple times a week, so just saying. Just saying. All right. So today is about all of you. We've had day baseball, so if you want to talk about that, we can. You have trade questions, lineup questions, whatever you got. Drop it in the chat, and remember, if you have a super chat, it will go immediately to the top. So if you're desperate for time, desperate to get a question answered, just super chat us, and you'll immediately go to the top of the queue. That's what we want from you. So go ahead and drop them in here in our chat right now. I see a lot of our friends. I see Matt. I see Jason. I see Grizz. So let's get after it here. Let's start going with Grizz's question. Yo, Fantasy Pros. What's up, Grizz? How you doing? Let's go to Matt's question here. Why doesn't Brandon Lowe get more love? He could lead all second basemen in home runs. You know what? You're right, Matt. Brandon Lowe is a player that has shown you he's got 25 home run power. His problem the last couple of years has been health, and it's hurt his draft stock. So there's two things that work against him as a player. The first thing is that he plays for Tampa, which is not the most exciting offense necessarily. And then when you couple small market team with injuries, you typically get undervalued players, which I think you should always be taking advantage of. But Welsh, I think Matt's right. Brandon Lowe is a power bat that's out there that is probably very available in trades and you know, kind of underappreciated. And I agree. So we just gave him some love. Does that count?
I think that counts. Yeah, definitely undervalued. Really good start to the season. Again, like the sample sizes are they're so low that some of the stuff is ridiculous. We just did the live Discord show on our Fantasy Pros Discord, and we were someone's asking us about the Braves, and we're looking at some of the Braves numbers, and it's like, you know, Matt Olson is struggling, but it's like, hey, here's the positive. He's got a 30% barrel rate and a 70% hard hit. So those numbers they're all skewed right now. But Brandon Lowe, 26% barrel very early on. Hard hit rate, 73%. He's getting the ball in the air. He's hitting it at quality. He's still striking out some, but you're in like, you know, a minor league park that's really beneficial. I'd say this, maybe one of the only few things that holds back just a tiny bit is that like second base is kind of sneaky this year. You know, everyone was like Bogman was very like, I got to get, you know, Devers or not Devers, Altuve or one of the top guys. I was cool to wait because who is going around 200 plus? Jackson Holiday, Jonathan India, Brandon Lowe is a low guy. Like there's some really solid.
Was there late who, by the way, just signed was an 8-year extension. We'll talk about on that leading off tomorrow. We'll talk more about that. But you're right. There were dart throws that had upside at second base going into.
It's just the offense isn't like the sexiest on the planet, but it's like, hey man, this is like a Geloff type of situation. If he can maintain his batting average, I think we're solid here. Health is the most important thing. He definitely could be 25 plus homers if he's healthy all year.
Geloff, by the way, working his way back already too on rehab. Jason wants to say Ivan Herrera right now making me very happy. Yes, me too, because he had himself a day at the plate. All right, let's go to CD's question here. Springs, Bubic, the Bubula. We got Mize or Jobe. Who would you rather have in that order? I think Springs, Mize, and then Kris and Jobe. That's how I go.
What did you say? Oh, you said
Springs,
it was like Kris.
Mize,
did you give him his
and Jobe? I called him by his first
you
name.
Called him Kris.
Yeah,
you scared me there. It was like
Kris,
me. Like if someone
Kris
calls
Welsh.
me by my full name, I'm like, hey, don't do the full name there. You called him by his first name. It's very jarring here.
Me, bro.
I'd actually go. Oh man, I think I would go this order that you have. Jeffrey Springs, absolutely love the start. Minor league ballpark, be damned. The strikeouts are there. A's are getting some stuff going. I just personally love Springs' stuff. Bubic is fascinating. I loved watching his first start. Fastball, he's getting a lot of stuff off the fastball, which he's going to need to not do because, you know, it's like a solid fastball, but he was commanding it, moving it, changing the pitch mix. So he was able to get to the slider. I think he's fascinating. I am a big Casey Mize guy. The Casey Mize start has got
You're
me.
You're a liar, because if you were, you'd have him second. I have him second.
Yeah, maybe I don't like him as much, but
like
I think Mize, Jobe, and Bubic are all very close. Jobe has probably got maybe the highest upside outside of Springs on this, but I'm going to go in the exact order that you listed it.
Okay. All right. There you go. Look at us already on the same page. Let's get
to.
Is
he getting rocked, by the way? Oh, hold on. Let me turn over to here.
No, is he really
getting rocked at the moment? Hold on, we're gonna hate on Springs.
I'm not gonna hate on Springs. No.
Yeah, he just gave up 4. He gave up 4. You know what? Jeffrey Springs, he's done. Cut him. He's garbage.
Stop
he's
it.
the last
6
one.
games into the season. Stop. Everybody stop.
It's the Cubs. The Cubs have like 1 million homers right now, so they're a little bit different of a story.
So maybe he's tipping his pitches. Who knows? Devers looks broken. Is the shoulder an issue, or is he just getting a timing issue? Worry meter is mine's at 1,000. And I'm just the one telling you, hey, 6 games into the season, don't worry. There's players and situations to worry about. I think mentally he's unhappy, emotionally moving to DH. I think the physical preparation of DH, when you're not an everyday player anymore in the field, is very different. I think it takes its toll on guys. It's a huge transition when you have your heart in it. I don't think his heart is in it. I don't think his shoulder's healthy. I think he's overweight. I don't think he's in a good spot. I hate everything about this situation with Devers, and my fear is it goes on long enough that his value gets destroyed, and right now he still has, somebody wants to go buy Devers on the dip for me, go ahead, take him. Give me something decent. Give me Vientos plus. I will take that right now, because Vientos in that lineup eventually over time is still going to hit 25 to 30 home runs. He's probably going to drive in 90 runs. All will be fine, and that is going to be 80% of a good Devers season anyway. So I'm taking that kind of deal. What's your panic meter when it comes to Devers? I know we did a show about it yesterday. If you want, go back and watch on the YouTube channel. We had the buy low, sell high show for trades, but my panic meter is 1,000 right now. It's very high.
Yeah, if at 10, if we're using our dear friends at CVS, the worryometer, your worryometer would be screaming. I think all of ours use other people's. I'm joking. Obviously, we're not doing that. Yeah, I don't want to use we're not going to use any other.
I don't know where Chris Towers' meter has been. I have no idea.
No cockles, no meters of other people.
All right.
Hands to ourselves, hands up.
Chris.
I am worried about Devers, but my only caveat, and this is good that we disagree. We should absolutely disagree on stuff, and we do plenty of the time.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
My thing with him is if it is like a shoulder injury, okay, like I guess I need a little bit more confirmation on that. The two things that are very apparent seem fixable to me. Now the question will be, will it happen? The one of the only things I have to go off of is he's got like a pretty storied track record of being a pretty great player, and he came off of this last season. But the two things right now that I mentioned on leading off today, the DeRosa breakdown of how his legs are further apart and he's just way slower to the attack point. That's one. And maybe combined with that is the obviously noticeable bat speed. Now, I don't know if that is how fixable that is in season sometimes, because that's a difficult one. But I see those things as something that's like, oh, that seems fixable. I don't think this is 100% attached to like, oh, his shoulder is screwed up like everybody did with Corbin Carroll, and then he was great at the end of the season. If you want to call him fat, like, okay, I think that's fixable in season. I think getting closer into the swing is fixable, and I think the bats, I think those things are fixable. So by that virtue, with his history, I'm willing to buy low. So my worry meter is like a 5 right now. And a 5 is huge in the first week of the season. Yours is like a 10. You're not interested. But if someone is offering me if they're like, hey, I'll give you Devers for your Vientos, I'm doing that. I'm going to take the shot that the track record is going to bounce back. But those underlying things, absolutely worrisome. No doubt about it. And it could
going into the season.
Yeah, it could 100% be a problem.
So all this has done is just codified to me all my concerns going in, which is why he was a fade in the first place. And I was in some sharp leagues where he went cheap. And that was basically a red flag to me saying, oh, other smart people think the same thing as you do. Gene, Joey, I know you hate Berrios. He has a good performance and gets no love. He gets love. He's got great performances. He's got bad performances, and he's got good performances. Last year, Berrios did a really good job of being more consistent for the first time, maybe ever. So I gave him a lot of love in the Black Book this year. You should read it. It's a very good read. He's still a good middle of the rotation starter for the most part. Also, I just want to let everybody know who's watching here today, we got free stuff for you. So, signed Nico Horner jersey. If you want this bad boy, courtesy of our friends at pristineauction.com, all you have to do is subscribe to the YouTube channel, drop your comments below on this or any other stream or any other show. just to be nominated for the jersey, and then ring the bell till it goes ding so that we can notify you if you are the big winner, and that way you never miss a video of ours over here at Fantasy Pros MLB. And that's it. That's all you got to do to win the Nico Horner jersey. And we want you to win it, not you, the person behind you. That person. That's what we want. Yes, not you. Not you. Certainly not you.
Look good here. I have some jerseys right up.
Yeah, you can hang it next to all your balls. All right, let's go to the big dance. Luke Jackson, another save today. Write it out with him or go ahead and grab Alvarado.
I would go with Jackson. They went to Chris Martin again. You just want saves. Alvarado's a great speculative one, but I'm not certain that they're not going to just keep going with Romano. So I'll go Luke Jackson. I'll tell you this. I had multiple people ask me this question. I don't know if this is going to pop up. Do want to remind everybody, if you guys have to have your question answered, the queue is filling up here. Use a super chat. We'll go right to you. But I've been asked this question over the last couple of days. David Bednar sent down to AAA. Huge blow for so many people. Where were you going? Well, Holderman was the roster resource guy, but he had blown 2 saves. And I answered you yesterday. I said Dennis Santana. Dennis Santana today got the save, 2 big pieces of weak contact. He walked Aranda, and then he induced a pop out.
And Holderman gave up a run in the 8th.
Yeah, and Holderman did it again. Slider looked good with Dennis Santana. I think Santana's going to get some more saves. So, I would go Santana even before Alvarado. And I'm really torn on, do I want Santana or Luke Jackson? I think I would go with Luke Jackson right now because the Texas Rangers are a big winning team, and they, for better or worse, seem very committed to Luke Jackson.
Struggling offensively, though. I mean, geez, these 1-0 games got to give out eventually here. Life with Fife, Welsh, D-backs questions. This is for you. Martinez just showed up on waivers. I have Puck. I can only keep one. Who would you have rest of season? Who would you prefer?
Oh, man, this is the brutal one. What did I say all off season, Joe? Everybody said Justin Martinez. I said, I like AJ Puck. I don't think that just because he got the save last night, that is the confirmation he will get all the saves. I think they're both going to. But I think AJ Puck is their best reliever. I think he's the highest leverage guy. It's going to throw him into 8th inning situations. But I like AJ Puck, so I don't blame you for the Justin Martinez stuff. He might get the next save, but I think I'm going to write it out with Puck, especially because he did get that save.
Let's go to Gene's question. Toglia or Spencer Torkelson? Who would you rather have?
I'll go with
Torkelson.
I'll go with Torque, but I do refute the ability to be like, I told you so later, because it's a week. Everybody in the world is dropping Toglia. He was already a bad batting average risk. You can't wait him out 5 days and then cut him and then be pissed if you lose it. So I think he has higher upside, but Torque is on another planet right now. 500 plus OBP. He's hitting homers. He's doing what you want. So I'd gladly do that.
Jason's question, Nootbaar or Scott? I have Torque and Casas as well, but I feel like I should ride out with Torque until Casas gets hot. Outfield is James Wood, Butler, Dominguez, and Util is Ozuna. I have Ellie. So not starved for stolen bases. So Nootbaar or Victor Scott, who would you rather have?
You want to know, I'm doing a lot of this today. I've told you I'm very gun shy in the betting market right now. I got way over my britches into opening day, so I'm getting out of that hole. We hit the nerf earlier today. But I have had multiple bets I put together and then I threw away. You want to know when I threw away today? Was Oneil Cruz and Ellie De La Cruz to both get a stolen bases. And damn it, they both got stolen bases, and it was 8-1, and it would have been so pretty and so nice had we done it. Just had to do that with Ellie. I'd say Victor Scott. Victor Scott's still my guy. I like the idea that Nootbaar is hitting out of the leadoff spot, but I think from the fantasy side, Victor Scott's impact could be bigger. It's just if that bat does waver, they've got guys in the wings, but I would go with Victor Scott right now.
Let's go with Moisha, I believe, if I'm saying it correctly. Why wasn't Brent Rooker a top 25 pick? 40 homers, 100 RBI, 300 average last year. Beat guys like Chisholm in 4 to 5 categories. It's a great question. He was in our books, but the consensus, once again, I think people were not. I think it comes back to the first discussion we had. Sometimes guys in smaller markets, even when they have good seasons, they don't get the same kind of love. If Brent Rooker was hitting 40 home runs for the Boston Red Sox or the Chicago Cubs, he would have been a top 25 player. End of story. If you took those stats and drop him on a big market team, period, end of story, he would have that. Do you agree or disagree?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I know where you're going with it. You're probably right about that. I think there's a couple. It
wasn't like his first good season too. It was his second in a row where he had a really good year, 2 years in a row, and a better season year over year.
Yeah, 2 straight 30 home run seasons, 100%. Yeah, I think there's a couple small things that are in line there. Your sentiment, I agree with. Brent Rooker is awesome. He hit a bunch of homers, RBIs. He hit 290 last year. The things that held him back were First, he's an athletic. Yes, he's hitting in a minor league ballpark, but what are the run opportunities going to be? B, he was util only. That's a little bit of a negative. Look at people would argue with Marcell Ozuna. Like Marcell Ozuna, same thing. He should be in that same range. Then I think the third side of it is just the more speculative side that 290 was like wildly high. His XBA was like 30 to 40 spots lower. Most projections had him hitting closer to like a 260, 270 guy. So positionless, the homers coming down a little bit, bad context of a team. I think that's why, like, one player gets a commitment of a top 25, a top 2 or 3 round pick without a position. That's Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah, but in Yahoo leagues, he had an outfield eligibility.
Yeah, in Yahoo, maybe that's the case. And guess what? I moved him into moved him into like the 40s or something like that in Yahoo. Yeah. I targeted. I got him in our Fantasy Pros League. I'm with you on that.
And I like Rooker, but
those
I think
are the context.
It's the same thing.
I didn't like him as a top 25 though. But.
Concern for Olson. Consider trading for Oneil Cruz.
Consider trading for. So is he saying trading Oneil Cruz for Olson?
Are you concerned about Matt Olson?
No, I just did this on the
Matt Olson.
I just did this on the Discord. He's actually, of the Braves, he's the one I want to go by. Yes, he is struggling, but his strikeouts are down. Big hard hit numbers. He's getting BABIP to death. It's around 230. Again, so early, but it's like 60 points lower. He's a great buy right now. I do not want to sell away Oneil Cruz, who just hit his second homer today, has stolen 5 bases. He's a freaking monster with multi-position eligibility. I do not want to move him, but I am definitely down. So if you were saying trade for him, yes. Trade for Olson, also yes. Double yes.
JD, or JDD. I need help. I've got Semien on 2 teams. I even mistakenly traded Albies for him in 1. Maybe not mistake yet. Let's wait.
Well,
should I be worried enough to grab someone like Paris Garcia or Lowe?
Should I
drop Semien to do that? No, I don't think I want to do that.
No,
wait this out. It's 6
absolutely
games,
not. Absolutely not. Also, if you invest in Marcus Semien, it is imperative to know about the early struggles. It's the most important thing. He hit 242. I mean, he struggled on both sides last year, but he hit 242 last year. He hit higher in the second half in 2023, hit higher in the second half in 2022. This is who Semien is. I would love to get Lowe. You cannot drop Semien for Lowe or definitely Kyron Parrish. You got to wait it out. Semien is a guy that deserves the entire month. It's a great context of a team. He's slow out the gates, but dude is like the leadoff hitter. Roll with it. It sucks when a bunch of your guys suck right now, and it's collectively, and you're just freaking out. Well, it's like one thing when one guy sucks. It's another thing when
early. Because 100%. You've drafted, you've waited, and now it's here, and now it's not delivering immediately.
But it also,
so now we're gonna freak out.
It also sucks when you're like, guys, I have Toglia, Marcus Semien, Rafael Devers, and whatever, and that's the problem.
But that's bad roster construction if you have all those guys. You didn't have enough floor then. You've got to make, like, not those specific, but you have Toglia.
I mean, Devers was a floor guy, but yeah.
Yeah, but Devers had issues coming into the year that were very clear, very public. He was in the media. The first thing he said when he showed up to camp was what? I'm the third baseman. You could tell there's a problem there.
I'm the captain now.
Yeah, come on, man. Like, you knew there was strife there. By the way, Let's Get Lowe. I love that song. You know that song? Let's get Lowe. Let's get Lowe off the waiver wire right now. You don't know that song?
I don't even know what the parody that you're doing.
Seth knows.
Who is it?
Seth knows. Go Google it. All right, we got. Would you drop Singer or Soriano?
I don't even know what the word is.
Mize or Clay Holmes?
What's the word?
Fine.
Loud?
It's all right. Yes.
Oh. I hate Berrios. Would you drop Singer or?
He knows.
Would you drop 4?
Gene just likes to drive this home about Berrios, but I'm giving him another chance here. Would you drop Singer or Soriano or Mize or Clay Holmes?
So would you drop Berrios for any of those guys? By the way, when I saw that, I thought that said Cole Hamels for some reason. My brain just transposed that. And it made me miss Cole Hamels. I really liked Cole Hamels.
I was like Zach Galifianakis and the Hangover. Like all the things are moving around to make the name Cole Hamels.
That's what happened. It became Cole Hamels to me. It's just also how he spelt it. I'm not super into Berrios. Yeah, doesn't it look
Clay
like
Holmes.
Cole Hamels?
It does. It's Clay Holmes. Is how he wrote it.
Whoa.
Come on, Gene.
Whoa, Joe.
Come on, Gene.
I gotta be honest with you. I probably would be good dropping for any of those guys. I already had Clay Holmes above Berrios. I really like Mize. Soriano, the offense. I don't know about that Singer. I would do it for Clay Holmes and I might do it for Casey Mize, but definitely Clay Holmes.
Yeah, not homos. Homos are what your grandma has in the cabinet. She has all those homos. By the way, Seth knew it was a Jennifer Lopez song. So I don't know where you were. Didn't you go to like a prom in the 90s or anything? Like
I did. I went to 2 proms actually.
Right. Yo, drop Butler or Jordan Walker for Victor Scott in categories.
Are you saying
I'm not
Lawrence
dropping Butler for
Butler?
Walker or Victor Scott. No, absolutely not.
No Lawrence Butler. I would drop. If you were chasing stolen bases, you could drop Walker for Victor Scott, but don't look now. Walker's ready to get hot. Walker hit that homer the other day, so be careful if you do that. But Victor Scott's a stolen base chase for sure.
Let's go to Sean's question here. One of my leagues auto-drafted, 12-team Roto Daily, ended up a decent team, but Schwarber and Ohtani on the same team. What do I do? 2 util spots only. Do I wait out Ohtani pitching? Look, if you got 2 spots and you got Schwarber and Ohtani in them at util, like that's fine.
I think he means like he has 1 util. Like he has 1 util.
Oh, if you only have 1, then you trade Schwarber.
Trade Schwarber.
Out of my cold dead hand, are you getting Shohei Ohtani? So you trade Schwarber, and someone will give you, but you have to wait for the Schwarber week. Like you have to wait for like the
Schwarber Fest.
Schwarber Fest. Well, the Schwarber Fest doesn't come till June typically.
That's
so I don't know if you want to wait that long, but just wait for that double banger, 2 home run Schwarber day. Boom, put him right on the trade block and see what you get.
Did you know too?
Oh, look, our friend is back here. Okay, go ahead. We'll get
speaking of Schwarber Fest, did you know that with the Schwarbs, last year this came from a Buc-ee's thing that we were talking about, that they made, I think it's here, they finally put a Buc-ee's here in Arizona, and I have not gone. When you come, we should go to the Buc-ee's. Okay. Isn't that the big one, the Schwarber Fest?
Well, Wawa has the Schwarber Fest.
Maybe it was Wawa. Never mind. But Buc-ee's is a big deal.
We can still go to Buc-ee's though in a couple weeks. I've never been to a Buc-ee's.
I've never either.
Oh wait, you know what? I think last time in Arizona I might have been actually. I might have been to the Buc-ee's.
No, there's never been one. There's only one. They just built
some other kind of place like that. But Wawa is the greatest. Wawa. Now, if you come to Jersey, we'll get you some Wawa. That's gonna happen. Would you drop Soriano, Waka, or Grant Holmes for Bubala, Meyer, or Rasmussen?
I would drop Grant Holmes for the Bubala. I would drop Soriano for the Rasmussen or the Meyer. I'd probably hold on to Waka.
Okay, there you go. Would you want to drop Kumar Rocker? Already?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I don't like to just drop guys just for the sake of dropping it to make a statement. Yeah, but I'm not a statement dropper, so I'd like to pick up somebody. But yeah, sure.
So Jason, Jack Leiter Jr. All the trash. Yeah. By the way, he's got a little blister on his finger. So. Oh,
okay. No. This is Jason. Fun. Thank you for this, Jason, because I almost went to our producers and said, I'm going to need someone, and I'm going to ask the listeners right now. I need a research project. I need someone to find the video where Joey was trashing Leiter, and I was like,
baby.
I was like, hey. Let's calm down about the Leiter, and someone find me that video so we can make a clip out of it, because Leiter just lit up today and was fantastic in his second straight start. Reds are pretty good offense with their torpedo bats.
Well, one guy's a torpedo bat, doesn't he? By the way, blister on the right hand as a precaution. See you in a couple weeks. Just saying. I mean, how often have we seen this video?
All right,
let's go to the big dance.
Hold on. Well, okay, we'll answer the question. After this question, I want to read off what he did today.
I saw what he did today. I want
to read off like the underlying stuff. I know you did, but you want to move past it. You don't want to talk about the Leiter. We'll do it after this question.
Fine. He was good. I acknowledge he was good today against the Reds. Good for him. 2 good starts in a row.
Look at this logo.
We should give him a nice Big Dance is clearly a fan of the show. I know it's very early, but how patient are you guys with Luis Garcia? Thought about picking up Otto Lopez. I would not drop Garcia for Lopez right now. I know Lopez has been good. Garcia has shown you he can be good at the major leagues for an entire season. Lopez is not.
So here's the only problem with Garcia. Garcia is the better play. Otto Lopez is really hot. I'm not making that move. But Garcia early on, they are running him in some type of a platoon. I know there's some that might think this is a full-on platoon right now. I'm not sure if that's actually the case, but he has been sitting versus lefties for Ahmed Rosario, so that is a problem. I'm not going to do it for Otto Lopez, though. Real quick on it, I completely agree with Mike Mayer. Joe trying to run from the Jack Leiter L. Today, Leiter was 44% slider, 37% whiff rate on it, 19 swings, 7 for whiffs. He had a 38% CSW percentage on his fastball, which had a 75% zone rate. Curveball was good. Dude touched, 99 on the fastball with that biting slider. We called him off too soon. Someone find me that clip.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. He was been good he was good today. It's great.
How many starts will it take to take the L when we can present you with an L cake?
I will take the L 6 starts in. By the way, did Garrett Cole end up having Tommy John surgery? I'm just trying to remember that.
Yeah. Okay.
When everyone was trying to feed me that L, when everyone was trying to open my mouth and pry it open with the jaws of life to stuff that L down my throat about Garrett Cole is fine. He's bionic. He doesn't need Tommy John surgery. Well, guess what? He did. And now he's had it. And you'll see him again in 2 years.
Got a lot of innuendo in this episode today with you.
What else is new? Here we go. Kris Bubic or Spencer Arrighetti from Diego.
We're going to have some Bubala for sure. And it is, I think it's not my spelling of Kris. It is the other spelling of Kris. But yes, we're going to go with the Bubic. I really, really like his pitch.
It's also not the spelling of Hamels. So, Charles Brown, shallow league. Luis Robert not hitting or Lars. No, Luis Robert. No, stop.
Robert.
I think we're not just about talking people off the ledge. It's the first week live stream Q&A. We got to just talk people off the ledge today.
Bring your questions in regardless. Rock them out. You can super chat them if you want, whatever, if we hit it. But if you ask me, and maybe this will be wrong, but if you ask me about a guy that was drafted inside the top 75 or 100, there's no chance I'm dropping him after 6 days. You will not need to do it. So Robert, no, but I'm not shaming. You can ask those questions. I get the concern, but like 2 months from now, you're going to be upset if you drop Robert.
Rats on the Yacht. A guy with Ohtani sent me a trade proposal for with Webb for Ohtani, I guess. Raisel Iglesias and Ozuna for Ohtani. Webb, Iglesias, and Ozuna for Ohtani. Is it a fair... Look, if your team stinks, it's a decent haul. You're getting a good bat who's going to replace a good amount of power production. You're not going to replace the stolen bases from Ohtani. You're getting a front of the rotation starter and a reliable closer. You're getting 3 good pieces for Ohtani. It's good value. I still want Ohtani. But unless you have an incredibly deep roster and it's an embarrassment of riches, or you've got steals of the yin-yang and you don't need Ohtani for that, I don't know. I still want to keep Ohtani, but the value's fair. Welsh, where are you with this one?
No. Absolutely not. All right. Get that out of my face.
Gene knows. Let's get loud. See, the 3-year-old loves the J-Lo. The kids love the J-Lo.
I couldn't name you one J-Lo song. Not
Jenny
one.
from the Block?
Oh, yeah. I'm still Jenny from the Block. That's the only one.
There you go.
Give me another.
I mean, off the top of my head, J-Lo songs.
I can name you more J-Lo movies. Right? Anaconda, the one where she goes into Vince Vaughn, or she goes into D'Onofrio's brain with the mind melding. I don't know any others, but I know 2 movies that she's done. I know one.
I thought Made in Manhattan would be the first place you would go.
No, remember, it's Vince Vaughn, he's a cop, and then it's the dude who's playing Kingpin, and he's crazy, and she goes in his mind, and it's a dream world.
I vaguely remember that. I didn't see it, but I know the movie you're talking about. It's just funny.
And Anaconda.
You watching Made It. She was in that. What was that movie with Clooney she did? That was actually pretty good. Out of Sight. That's a pretty good movie. That's like the only
Out of My Sight too.
J-Lo. All right, so you should see it. It's good. I just traded Snell and Yamamoto for Tatis. My 4 keepers would be Tatis, Soto, Ohtani, and Seager. I can keep Cole, but I'm not decided. Did I win in the Tatis trade?
So you traded Snell and Yamamoto to get Tatis. So it's Tatis, Soto, Ohtani, and Seager. I mean, from a keeper standpoint,
perspective,
yes, but absolutely phenomenal. But yeah, I don't know what your rotation looks like. I don't know if you assumed you were already out of it. So I would say trading like in a keeper format, trading 2 pitchers for an elite like first round hitter. I love it. Tatis also stealing more bases, healthier. Yeah. He might be a top 5 fantasy guy by the end of the year. So in a nutshell, yes, but I'm not sure it made your team better though.
It feels like the Tatis rebound year. Are you getting that feeling? Like it feels like he's healthy. It feels like he's focused. It seems like he's in a good headspace. I mean, we've waited a long time here for Tatis, so this is encouraging here. Is it too early to drop Shaw from the coach's booth? I think yes, right? Yeah,
absolutely. Too. I like with a lot of rookies, I want 2 weeks. I think a lot of people are going to ask the same thing about Cam Smith. Oh man, Cam Smith. Blah, blah. Well, dude is barreling. He's hitting the ball really hard. There's some BABIP unluck. He's got an over 306, almost a 360 OBP. Expected batting average is higher. Like, he's going to get right. So I don't want to cut him. I don't want to cut Shaw. Give me at least 2 weeks on like rookies that were post 150 for and what replacement value is 100%.
CD, Joey P, and Welsh. If you both get unlimited at bats, who's getting a first hit against Berrios? It's me. I know Welsh has never seen me take BP, but I can still swing it.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm still pretty good.
You know, I did a media, and people won't care about this. The Diamondbacks invited me some years ago because I used to work in radio to do a media BP session. And all the media in Phoenix and stuff, we got to go down there and take BP. I grabbed Tuffy Ghost Switch's bat because they brought us bats. And I was the only one that this is the major league field that they use on the backfields, that I hit the wall. I almost got it. I was the only one to get right to the wall. But I will say this, Joey probably has a little bit more choke on the bat and probably a little bit like of a lower zone. I'm going to have a little bit more explosion. So I'm going to hit it farther than Joe, but Joe is probably going to make first contact. I'm a big boy.
My proudest athletic moment is hitting a baseball out of a minor league baseball park in Las Vegas in front of Bo Jackson.
I was about to say it was in front of Bo, right?
It's in front of Bo Jackson. So the pressure was on. So I consider that being, I can handle the pressure of the moment. Straight ball, I hit very much. I got in a cage a couple years ago in the 80s, and I was still hitting balls pretty consistently, like without any problems. It was when the ball started to move on me. It's when they dropped that first, 12-6 curveball where I went, okay, I've had enough of this. I've enjoyed this sport my whole life.
But who has the most devastating pitch? That would be me with my cutter. My cutter's the most devastating pitch.
I don't know. All I know is when we did the Olympics last time I was in Arizona, the only thing that I won was the speed pitching.
Yeah, no, you threw faster than me. And dude, my shoulder is done now. I get destroyed. I tried to do it with my kids before we went to Vegas. I lost like 10 miles an hour. Joey has a faster fastball, but my cutter, devastating.
All right. I'm all for getting out there and taking some BP or if we could do that and get some video, I'm all for it.
Maybe we could do a gambling. You know what I have
a place near us, like where you are, like the batting cages or something?
I got not batting cages, but we have fields across the board. I have an entire bucket of minor league of Arizona Fall League minor league baseballs that we could use. Sure. You know what would be great though is if we could get betting odds on Betting Pros on the over under of what we could hit.
All right. One thing you need this season is my playbook. So if you've got a lot of leagues or just one league, my playbook is the perfect way to make sure that you're organizing everything and staying on top of every single moment in fantasy baseball. And goodness knows it moves at lightning speed. You got 1 million games every single day. On my playbook, you can set all your lineups from every different site when you sync your leagues for free. It's free. Download my playbook right now, fantasypros.com/MLB my playbook, or just download MLB my playbook wherever you get your apps from. You can see the top available players. You can look at your matchups, set your leagues. You can do auto as well. If you're out that day and you have daily transactions, you don't have time to look at it. Just trust me. It's the best tool on the planet for managing all of your baseball teams. So do it now. Download my playbook, sync your leagues for free, and use my playbook. Let's get back to your questions here. Here we go from Nap Time. Getting a lot of questions about this guy. I've answered 4 today, just about him. Would you accept Eugenio Suarez for Devers? I say no, because Suarez is so streaky, he could give you the same kind of Devers run, because we've seen it before. But it's not the worst. If I could get if I get Suarez plus, I'm listening. That's
I need Suarez plus on that. Suarez plus. The big positive on why I'd want to acquire Eugenio outside of him being nuts is he's carrying over that second half and things are going really well. It's a good hitter friendly environment. We're seeing those same things happen. All of his hits are homers right now. I would have to go and get like a pitcher. You'd have to give me Eugenio, and then maybe someone is like Mackenzie Gore isn't lighting it up today like I was hoping, but I don't think he's doing too bad. I have to click over to the game watching Tariq Skubal as we do this show. But like a Gore and a Suarez, I don't know, maybe that gets me going. Maybe I want a little bit more, but if I were to do it, that's the level we'd have to be at.
All right, let's get some more questions here. Let's see. Let's do Matt's question. In our categories league, drop Manzardo, Victor Scott, Nootbaar. Or drop one. Who did you drop of these grouping? I'm not dropping Manzardo.
I would drop Nootbaar.
I agree. So Nootbaar is the odd man out. Let's go to Bet On It guy. Deep League, would you rather have O'Hearn or Benintendi?
Man, because like Benintendi is going to be an everyday player, likely going to get, I would imagine is going to get traded, go to a better team. O'Hearn has a little bit of like platooniness to him, but he hits in a prime spot. I guess I would go with O'Hearn.
Okay. Next up on our list here, let's find who's next. Another Toglia question. Toglia or Mountcastle? Love Mountcastle. Exit velo. Toglia, all games have been away from course. That's also a good point too. Tolia's slow start, also a little bit, from that. So what do you think about these two guys?
Again, like, I don't want to sway people away. If you don't want to do the Toglia thing, knock it out. Like, go and pick up Mountcastle. Mountcastle's, I think, put up the hardest hit ball of the season so far, and he's in a great lineup. Like the same thing with O'Hearn. But I think in a month, I think Toglia is the answer. So if you need production now because stuff stinks, go pick up Mountcastle. But like, let's see Toglia at home. Let's see a little bit more. I mean, everybody wants these victory laps. Like someone in the chat was like, oh, why did everybody hype up Isaac Paredes? He sucks. He does suck right now through 5 games. He sucks. But why do we like him? Because he pulls fly balls at one of the highest rates in baseball with one of the most hitter-friendly left fields where you can pull fly balls at a huge degree. That's why we like him. And we need to see that play out a little bit more. Why do we like Toglia? Because he hits the ball ridiculously hard, had a 17% barrel, 50% hard hit rate, and he plays in Colorado with a 30 to 40% or 30 to 40 point boost from an expected standpoint on his batting average. So if he hits better, those are the reasons why I can't let 5 games change all of that for me, unfortunately.
All right, next question up here. Well, it's a Paredes question, so we already know the answer to that. What does he do? Yeah, hold. Do you wait? That's what you do.
What is it with Scooble, by the way? If anybody is watching this too, Scooble had just 2 men on every single inning right now. Very, very dicey start to him. He's got 2 men on. Can
I just say this too? This is also, in these patterns of games and stuff. You're talking about day games, traveling day games. This is not like the norm for these guys, right? This is also bouncing back from that first start where you're actually kind of in real competition. So I would expect, some weird hiccups here. You got hiccups from Springs. You got hiccups from Scooble today. Pepio was really good. Skeens was really good. Peralta was really good. But not everybody is going to be really good in every start in April. You got to let these guys find their groove, find their rotation every 5th day. There's a lot of these little things here, and the schedule of all the day games too, because there's been a fair amount of them so far to start the year, and I understand why. They're trying to take care of the guys in the weather, not have them pitch in cold weather at night and all that stuff, or hit. So that's fine. But you have to take your lumps with some of the scheduling, and it's going to be early on. It's going to be like that. You're
taking it with Scooble. As I said that, not 5 more seconds later, he gave up a double at the wall, now down 2-0 against one of the worst offenses in baseball. That's more of what this is about. Tariq Scooble didn't get the strikeouts in the first. This was his get-right game. It is not getting right as he is getting beat around by this poopy Mariners offense. So
how's the offense?
It's poop. It's poopy.
It's poop. Lee G, also Joe, what was with the Mackenzie Gore hate? I don't hate him. When did I hate him? You don't believe he's a top 25 starting pitcher? Must be from today when Dan Plesac said he was a top 25 starting pitcher. In no universe right now is Mackenzie Gore a top 25 starting pitcher. I don't care if it's day one, just because he had 13 strikeouts. It was a great performance against the Phillies. Okay. I heard a fun fact. Paul Skeens, by the way, is chasing Pirates history. He doesn't have the highest K per 9 through an entire season of a Pirates pitcher. Do you want to guess who that belongs to, Welsh? Highest K per 9 over a season for a Pirates pitcher. Who do you think it is?
God, there's a pitcher. It's like, I want to say like Jeremy Bonderman, but he was a Tiger or something like that. That's what's coming to my mind. It's
not that obscure.
If it's some like from the 70s or 80s,
it's not from the 70s. Nope.
Chris Archer.
From your lifetime.
Chris Archer.
Nope, it's not Chris Archer.
I don't know.
And it's not AJ Burnett, which is a good guess too. If you have the guess here, drop it in the chat. I want to see if anybody can get the highest K per 9. And don't Google it. Let's have fun. Let's live in a world where we're actually enjoying ourselves. It's not Garrett Cole, Mike Mayer. Sorry, it's not Garrett Cole. It's a good guess though, but it's not Garrett Cole. But I'll give you the answer in a few seconds. It is somebody who pitched a long time in the major leagues too, and had one glorious season for the Pirates.
Is he still active?
No. I mean, maybe in the Mexican league somewhere. Like, Bartolo Colon keeps popping up places. It's like, I feel like this guy's like that.
He's one of those.
When do you think Roman Anthony gets the call? That's a good question. There's no room at the end for him right now, so.
I'm trying my best to speculate. I don't want people to lose their mind. I just did a prospect. We did a video and I did a prospect short. I said, listen, I think he's going to press this team in April. Here's the problem. They're loaded across the board. They've got Yoshida that's not up. Wilmer Flores is locked in. He's amazing. It's also possible that he could be this year's Junior Caminero, where we're in June and we're like, what the hell is happening here? Why is he not up? I'm going to guess it's at the end of April. They're going to month. He's already crushing in AAA. So that is that's the best I can give to you, but it might not be right. But he is of a talent level that you want to make sure you're speculating on.
I don't see a lot of guesses in the chat on the Pirates. Come on, guys. No, not Liriano. That's a good one. Francisco Liriano from Matt D. That is a good guess. It's not Liriano, but you're getting warmer.
The whole he could be pitching in another league is what.
Well, probably not. I'm being a little facetious, but he did pitch a very long time. He pitched so long we were like, that guy's still in the league. He was one of those. But
dang it!
No, it's not Garrett.
I don't have it.
This is fun. I'm gonna give it to you guys at the end of the show. I thought somebody would get it right away, but they did not. All right, let's go to the coach's booth. I am outfield deep. Would you trade any of Yelich, Trout, Robert, or Bellinger? I have Jordan, but touching on that one, I also have Christian Walker, first base, even worth it, 10-man league. Well, you're deep in the outfield until Yelich and or Trout get hurt. So I would think you are appropriate in the outfield with this group. I think you want to have options and you want to have depth because I do not trust Trout or Yelich to stay healthy over a full season. If I could trade both of those guys for a stud, I would do it in a second. But, I mean, you'd have to bring back a Tatis level kind of guy. And I don't know if that's a deal that someone else is going to make. So that's
you're trying to trade both of them?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I know. Oh, you can watch yourself. Yelich is probably the guy. I heard what's going to happen there in your voice. I'm a big Trout guy for this year. You just can't have both of those guys on your roster. So you should probably focus on Yelich. Robert's kind of interesting. I would really be open to anybody for the best return of what fixes my team if it's starting pitcher. I'm most likely trying to keep Trout and Robert, but Belly's got a lot of floor in New York right now. So my focus would be Yelich.
No, it's not Charlie Morton. I'm giving you a
That's
couple
a good guess.
minutes later.
But he's still in the league.
A couple more minutes. Who has the all-time highest K per 9 through a whole season as a qualified starting pitcher for the Pirates?
I'm just going to type Pirates pitchers just so I can see. Just if it shows me images.
Yeah, but Doug Drabeck and John Smiley in there. I just named two really good
What about
ones.
Luis Ortiz?
No, it's not. While Welsh is looking at that, don't forget to watch us on Twitch. Twitch.tv/FantasyPros. That's where you can see Leading Off Live with these two morons every single Monday through Friday live on the Twitch. Now, all those shows always go to YouTube, but we love having you join us live for the program. It's awesome. And if you subscribe using Amazon, not only do you get to watch ad-free, but you also get free access to our home run call channel in our Discord, fantasypros.com/chat. So that's fantastic. So join us Monday through Friday, noon Eastern, for Leading Off live on twitch.tv/fantasypros. Some other guesses here. Andrew Heaney. No, that is not correct. The answer, my friends, is a left-handed pitcher. He had some moments for the New York Mets, but maybe his best season. There we go. Matt D just got it. Oliver Perez.
Wow.
Ollie P with that one glorious year. It's pretty amazing.
Forgot about Ollie P. That's a good one. I loved Oliver Perez. He's one of those guys you just wanted to own all the time.
But remember, he lasted forever. How many years did Oliver Perez pitch? Pull him up there. How many was it? 13 years in the major leagues?
I'm going to guess it's 15, actually. So hold on. So Oliver Perez.
I'm going to say 13 years.
All right. Baseball Reference is up. He started pitching in 2002. He went to 2022. That is 20 years.
That's what I mean. There were years where I would just be watching, it's like you're dozing off and the late game's on. It's 11:45 and it's the Seattle Mariners and they're like Ollie Perez and you're like, oh, Oliver Perez is coming to the game.
Yeah. Started with made his career start with the San Diego Padres, ended with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Big Kaisertrex guy. He stays for long, 100%.
So much free publicity from us.
By the way,
Chris, sponsor of the show.
Chris Benson, speaking of Kaisertrex, is a good bet as well. If you know the Chris Benson story too, that's a good bet on that. But I think his problem was the Mets. Wife? Yeah, no, that's what I'm getting at here. Not him. We don't care about him, but it was his wife and the Mets issue. Do you remember what she threatened?
Yeah. Oh, dude, I was a Mets fan. I lived it. Jeffrey to go. Spencer Steer, is he droppable? That's the big question here. Got pitchers to stream, Pepio and Kodai Senga. Drop them too. No, do not drop Pepio or Senga. No, until Kirby is right. No. Drop Spencer Steer. Hang on to the pitchers as long as you got somebody else. But no, No. Look,
I got to know who you're
I watched
dropping.
that start. He settled down a little bit. Like that forkball, when it's going, it's very good. Here's one from DJC. Just traded Devers for William Contreras. I got out. Did I jump the shark too soon, or did I get okay value? Devers for William Contreras.
I mean, I don't love it. You got one of the best catchers. You got one of the best offensive catchers. That's great. Like, yeah, it ended up might being okay, but like I don't value catchers quite as high, so I don't particularly love it.
Replacement at third, then maybe, right?
Maybe. I would have tried to get a little bit more, but I get it.
I have Devers and Semien at 10-team league from Chalk. I traded Bellinger for Westberg, and I probably overpaid, but I'm not sure. Any suggestions? I don't know if that's I think it's okay.
So I traded Bellinger for Westberg. You didn't overpay for Westberg. No, Westberg is fine. I had Westberg way above Bellinger in draft season, hitting 3. Gunner's coming back tomorrow. I'm totally down for that. I like that you prefaced it with like literally the worst case scenario, by the way, where you have Semien and Devers, and you didn't go off and trade them for nothing. You made a different move that kind of protected you for a little bit. So I think that was smart.
There you go. Here's another Devers question. Vinny P for Devers.
I mean, you know where I stand. I'm Devers here. This is more of a you thing. I'm not trading Devers for Pasquantino.
All right.
I would trade Pasquantino for Devers.
Letter to Voltaire. We're highfalutin here today.
Ooh, yeah.
Who would you drop for Victor Scott? Wallner or Toglia? Toglia for me.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine with it. I mean, it's like polar opposites.
I want to keep the power. That's what I mean. It's like I want to keep, the power of Wallner. I'm keeping. Like I'm still keeping some power.
Well, the power of Toglia is even bigger. It's just Wallner's like leading off for the crappy Twins.
I was gonna say Wallner's leading off, but also Wallner is in a platoon, which makes it a little trickier. But if Toglia, struggles, he might find himself. Who knows what the season is? Gene back again. Is our former Met Wilmer Flores a legitimate pickup? I feel like Wilmer Flores does this a lot. Like he has a good week or two and people pick him up and then 2 weeks later they drop him. I think this is just the regular standard Wilmer Flores, good week, and I wouldn't overdo it. Would you, Welsh?
Nope, I don't think so. Again, it depends. Like, what are you dropping for him? But I'm not I'm picking up like Otto Lopez before I'm picking up Wilmer Flores.
Drop either or both, Soriano or Holmes for any of these. I think we did this one already. So.
We did a version of this, and
we did a version of it.
Yeah, drop both of those guys.
I'm dropping both those guys for all those guys. Singer would be first for me, Rasmussen second, Meyer third. That would be my order. But yes, all of the above. Here's a good question here from Not So Silent Majority. Will James Wood KO percentage at 35 or higher this season?
So you're asking, like, is that what it's going to be? Will Jay strike out? I mean, I don't think so. My belief was it was going to come down. Your point is he's striking out 47% of the time right now, which is like absolutely worrisome. But barrels, hard hits, he's showing some really good patience in at bats. If you watch him, even against lefties, I think he's going to. I don't care that it's 47% right now. It looks alarming, sure, but like I'll take the under on 35. He struck out 20. Or was it 28%, 28.9% last year. I think he's going to strike out less than he did last year, so under on that one.
Matt has a question about Dylan Cruz in terms of long-term for Dynasty. I know short-term right now we're frustrated, but whatever the long-term outlook, has anything you've seen out of this first week kind of jaded you about your Dylan Cruz takes?
Not really. It's probably similar to Jackson Holiday, even through last year with all the struggles. You bury him a little bit, but you don't make any dramatic moves. It's some bad plate discipline, clearly. I hope he's going to get through it. He's a very advanced college hitter. Good, not only just pull side, but opposite field exit velocities. Like, I think he's a really great player and he's going to come through with this, but there's a book out on him and he's got to adjust to that book. I think he'll get there. So yeah, maybe it's like minimal, but nothing big, impactful. Absolute buy if people are like, screw this guy. He sucks. I'm out. I'll trade you whatever. Like, I would be buying him in Dynasty.
Here's a good one, too, because we actually didn't talk about this guy on the show today. We should have. Who is the better stash, Sean Manaea, or wait a little longer for Shane Bieber, Yuri Perez, or Javier? I'm not waiting for Javier, but Bieber and Perez I will wait for. Manaea had a setback at least 2 more weeks now, so we're looking well into May now for him. So he'll still be back sooner than the other guys, but I like the ups. Bieber is the highest upside of these guys. Manaea would be the second for me. If you need more immediate help, it's still Manaea, and then Yuri Perez is third.
Yeah, I mean,
that's how I address this.
Vacuum value, Yuri Perez is the highest upside, but like Marlins and when will he pitch? He threw a session the other day at their field, but nah, like I guess it would be Bieber. I'm not really interested in anybody here, to be honest with you. The Manaea setback I think is really bad. There's no like confirmation of when we'll get him if he has another setback. If I was stashing somebody, maybe I would stash Bieber, but Mania will come back theoretically sooner.
Another one, Framber Valdez lit up 5 earned runs. Is Framber Valdez not good anymore? No, of course he's great. This is great. This is terrific. Buy all these pitchers buy all these really good pitchers that are struggling today in these day games after pitching all these day games and then travel and this and that and all the stupid things that are going on. These guys are way off their normal 5-day normal routine. It's going to take a while to guys get in there. Here we go. Arise or Bogarts. If you had to drop one in categories, who would you drop? You want to drop Arise because he only gives you batting average, I assume?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Bogarts is my dude. I had him over Arise and nothing has changed. Even the 0 for whatever the hell it was for Arise, over 15 start. No thanks.
CD. Which young player would you rather roster? Christian Campbell, Cam Smith, Shaw, or Jackson Holiday? To me, the most rosterable one is Christian Campbell. I would covet him the most.
Yes, sir. I agree. Christian Campbell would be the choice. Great bat speed, good hard hitting consistently as well. Outside of all that, getting pushed up the lineup a tiny bit. Cam Smith has got some ways to go. Matt Shaw's struggling. Holiday, even in his positives, is hitting at the bottom of the lineup. Christian Campbell would be the dude.
Tolan, can Jorge Soler be a league winner? I don't know about league winner. Oh, I gotta use the.
Be a great pick. It'd be a great value. I don't think he's a league winner. At all.
I struggle a little bit with that. But these were some great questions from everybody. Again, drop your comments below after the stream. You just might win yourself a Nico Horner jersey that is being given away right now. Thanks to our good friends at pristineauction.com. Subscribe to Fantasy Pros MLB. Ring the bell till it goes ding. Drop your comments below, and you're automatically entered to win this signed Nico Horner jersey. And remember, we will be live tomorrow, noon Eastern, every single day on our Twitch, twitch.tv/fantasypros. That's where you can watch Leading Off live. And if you miss us live, don't worry, you can watch us back on the YouTube channel. Usually it's within the hour or so of us locking up the day's show. It's up there on video on demand. We've also got our buy low, sell high video out already. Lots of Devers talk, Bailey Ober, Oneil Cruz. So if you want the breakdown, all that stuff, go watch those videos right now. Shout out to Seth, our producer. Great job as always. And again, day baseball. Continue to enjoy the baseball. The Mets are started. Actually, they started already, I believe, right? 4:30 start. So I'm going to go watch those losers, see if they can get those bats going and see how that goes. But enjoy the rest of the baseball. Hang out with us. Talk more baseball on the channel. That's what we do here. That'll do it for us. But the story of the game goes on. For the Welsh, I'm Joey P. We'll see you next time, kids.
Peace.
And some rocky pitching performances today. Gotta say, Welsh.
I don't like it. Spring's giving